So I'm going to start at the first cell by putting the number. Okay, that's the row number or the item number. And here I would have the name of the item. And over here, I'm going to have the description of the item. The quantity follows here. The unit price. The total cost of a specific item. Alright. So probably I want to have about 10 items I'm selling right now. So 1, 2. Alright, so that is fine for me. And for the first item is called item 1. Second item is called item 2. So over here, I'm going to highlight the two numbers and come over to the beneath right of my second cell where I have this plus sign symbol, and then pull it down probably to the 11th row. The same thing here as well. So as for this, because of the first, we can actually highlight these two cells and then double click on this point to get it automated. And then here we have description, so I can do it with that for now, so I don't need it. So I'm going to right click on that column and just go ahead and delete that column because I don't want it. For the quantity, okay, for each let's say these 4, just put some random numbers actually at the moment. Now price for each item, probably item 1 is sold for 30. In terms of currency, you can use any of your choice. You know what you want more than I do. So 20, just making up some random numbers here. So 10, 6, and probably 50 over here. Okay, so the total cost will be automatically generated. So beneath the total cost, we want to have here, okay, let's change this total cost over here to total price. Okay, so will make more sense. So come over down here and make this total cost, and then down here make this tax. Let's just use a 15% tax at the moment. This should rather be called total, just make it total, something like that. Okay, and then this should be called total cost. Alright, so here would have our total, our VAT, or the tax will be charged over here, and then here would have a grand total. Okay, so over here, just down here, I want to have a signed, and then beneath I will have my name. That is the name of the whoever signed it. Okay, and this position, I want to have the client manager. Yours can be different. I'm just trying to give you a mock-up or a template. So I'll put here Miss Coin, and down here I'm going to give this account number, because an invoice, so it should contain an account number. So we'll have something like this. Number follows, and then over here we can have the, what else could we have? Can I have a telephone number? Basically, yeah, the telephone number, and then we'll have some random numbers there. It should contain telephone numbers. Alright, right now we've not added a date, so let's come over to the top and set a new row there. Go to insert some couple of more Okay, so right here I want to have client, the client name. Let's say we're dealing with the Big Bro Incorporated. And then just before the client, we can have here our date, and the date is a function we can use to get it. Let me quickly put that in. We can use the today function. Okay, we could format that later. And over here I want to have my invoice number, which will basically be placed in this cell. And then on top of that, I want to have my invoice boldly written. Before the invoice, I'm going to have basically an address or something. So we can say number 25. Okay, 234. That came. Let me just type in 234. Whatever number. Okay, so Great Road of No Problem Street. Alright, so before that we're gonna have our invoice boldly written. Invoice. Invoice. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to have this bold. Okay, I'm going to use the Arial black for that. Okay, Arial black for that at the moment. And guys, I want to increase the spacing in this. Right now we're going to format the cell. Right on our home ribbon, we can go over to format, row height. Go ahead and use a 30. 30 will do. Okay, that's fine. 30. And then I'm going to use width, column width. We'll make that 25 to see what we got. That is way too much. So I'm going to go over back there to column width. Change it to, let's use 15 to see what we got. Alright, I think 15 is a bit cool for us. So right now I'm going to pull this all the way to the right and then click on merge and center, and that font should actually be in caps. Okay, alright, so I'm going to pull that up to 40. Okay, so make that and center one more time. Alright, now what can we do here? Because it's not showing, we can pull it down a little bit this way. Very good. Alright, and then just center it up. Very good. These as well can be centered, merge and centered actually. Okay, and we don't need it to be that toward. Alright guys, so looking at this closely, these two, in fact these whole cells, the column is way too, this is the row height is way too much, so let's just try and then reduce that from 30 all the way to 20. Yeah, 20 is fine. Okay, so now talking about our cells, what can we do to this? I'm going to highlight everything currently. Not everything per se, just right from this point where we have the telephone number. Okay, pull all the way to the date. Then we'll go to the alignment button right here. From there, we'll go over to alignment, and then we can use, we have a horizontal general and then with vertical bottom. We can set vertical to center, and then we have here wrap text. Go for that. Okay, so we get something like this, guys, as you can see. Go back to the same location just to add some borders horizontally. Want to also center that, and go for OK. Alright, so this is what we got nicely. Right. Okay, but my total, all of these, I want them to be right aligned nicely this way, emboldened. This should be left aligned nicely. So right now, guys, I'm going to give this a background color or something like, yeah, like this would not be bad. And then my columns here should be given a color. That is if you want it anyway. You can skip all of these, but I'm going to go for, okay, so the number goes here. We're going to generate that automatically. We've generated this automatically. Let's change the date format here by going to format cells. And then for number, go for date. Let's go in for this format, which is quite cool. Yeah, that's fine. The name should be the company name. Okay, that's fine, should be censored. Alright. So for these columns, they should be significant. So we should place some focus on them.